I wanted to do a quick video on AI and like this fear that AI is going to take all the jobs. So right now, this is what I see. The first point is nation states require taxation. That's the model they work on. So if people are not being employed because everyone's using AI to replace labor, then they're not paying taxes. Then the nation state model breaks. So that can't happen, right? Unless we change our economic model. Please yell at me in the comments or tell me I'm an idiot. I don't care. But that's how I see it. But I could be wrong. I'm not an economist. But I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me at this point. The second point is if people are not employed, then people won't be buying anything. And this also breaks the economic model, general economic model. And I think everyone knows that in the back of their head. Like, how's this going to work if no one has a job? Like, people need to get paid for this thing to work, right? Because the humans buy the things, right? The next point is if the AI industry is going to need to generate revenue, obviously. So that means they will also need to sell AI services to other companies, even if this means selling robot employees to replace human employees. But if no one's buying what these companies are selling that use robot employees, they are going to go out of business, right? So again, it just breaks. So the next question, I guess, is, well, what if only, let's say, half the labor force is replaced by AI? So I still say this puts the entire economy in a very unstable state and it won't work. I think 50% employment. I don't think anything works then either. And then my last point is, right now AI companies aren't making it revenue, and I think it's because they're giving away the product for free. If I'm replacing humans with AI, which I do right now in my own company, right, then I should be paying at least a fraction of what it costs to pay the same labor if it were human. So I think that's the main imbalance right now that we're seeing is AI is free, which makes no sense. It should actually cost money, right? It provides such a huge value to everyday life and to companies. Like, they should be paying for this. Even like the free ChatGPT does a ton of stuff, and it shouldn't be free, right? And they're afraid of they're going out of business. Like, the projection is they're going to need tons of revenue in the future to pay for all this investment they're taking on right now. And people are like, well, how is it going to work? And now they're all investing in each other, and it's a weird Silicon Valley circle jerk. It doesn't make any sense. And it's kind of like, yeah, you guys got to charge for this. There's also, I guess you could say, they could release an advertising system inside their platforms. That's another way. So these are my thoughts right now. I think it's kind of silly. It's going to have to work itself out, right? Obviously. I think sometimes I'm not like super pro AI. Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, I love it. It's the greatest thing ever. I think it's kind of scary and dangerous and should probably be regulated. But at the same time, I'm like, it is kind of silly. Like, this whole thing has to work itself out or it's just not going to work. And I don't know. I'm not too worried about the doom and gloom. Like, if we actually let it destroy the entire economy and replace all the jobs, we'll see what will happen. It just won't work. And then we'll have to kind of go back to where we were or something like that.